This was told out of context, or rather from someone else's view to help my narration. I only ask for your help with a like and if it is not too much. Any recommendation you have down below in the comment will be greatly valued. Markia told Gavin that her life was over, her fate was sealed. Entered ever again. See, she just lost the most precious thing to her, which was her toddler, and in her eyes, he would forever be a toddler. His name was Torilique. He had just turned 6, but still persisted on being held. A grown baby toddler, but all that was left of him was his belongings, which she would not get rid of. She was loved by everyone in the world for her happy family life and the motherhood she possessed with Torilique, her son. She was a viral online how-to mother. So that meant everyone felt the defeat and hurt. Sea life was a dream until past 1 year, where her life out the window. Her husband made it, but she could not deal with her loss. Life to car trash. Her son was her light and life. Also her profession. So she was ultra accustomed to spending time with her son Torilique. Nothing brought her more joy, not even her family or fame. She is 1 year later. Biggest battle of her life. Defeating her to the point of suicidal thought and non-existence. As only non-existence would match her son's non-existence. If she was to exist, then her son would need to exist too. It was hardest when her husband was away for work. As her only company was empty, Torilique's space was not filled. Suffering alone with all the memories of Torilique passing, his eyes and mischievous looks flashes through her eyes. Playing with trucks and other toys and accessories. She couldn't take it. She almost pulled her plug. But slitting would not work. And pills would be the best way. She had swallowed a handful, but then the neighbor knocked on the door. Call it intervention of the spiritual kind. It was Kevin, her dash driver, who panicky explained that Kaylee, her mom, asked Markia to come to Kaylee's hospital immediately. Markia suddenly ran to Kaylee's side. She was feeling remorse for the suicide attempt. Knowing her mom would have surely had a heart attack then. Although her seemed different. Normally energetic, she was very solemn and calm. She had eye that held a story. Kaylee stated she would give her some advice. That would be okay. A few hours later she found herself back in front of Kaylee. With a small box labeled Heritage, but when she says the title, with Craft. Her mother opened it and took a C-shaped emblem out. Placed it one the front of the book and handed it back. Son sacrifice, door switch spell. Mother would exchange. Small price for get remains and bring them to the hospital. Fill the carcass with over half of her remaining carbon elements in the Torilique. She would breathe life into him literally. Although the lack of oxygen would cause her to die. A sacrifice willing to be made. See, Kaylee felt her days were numbered. In past times, or the old days, they would wait for lightning storm. Rare. But tech make it more possible. Shocking Torilique from the defibrillator available. After which she waited to call the news. finally calls for help to report and to share with the world. When they asked how, she would just say he was dug up after banging for God knows how long. After the doctors tested him, they came to the conclusion that lightning from a storm must have kick-started his heart again, and he was most likely in a low reactivity coma from the wreck. Some doubt these findings, but Mark EIA is fine and happy, willing to leave the rest of the world wondering, as it will help her fame, save her family, find her life. The only person she ever told was her husband. And we would not be getting this story today if not for the book and obituary, both of which remain as the sea emblem is not where to be found till this day, nor his death record. At how she was feeling horrible chalking it up to her giving up, but actually quite the opposite.